watching another replay now just because I played a live game earlier and I'm still kind of feeling sad about the concessions, so I'm just going to get some of these other older games out of the way. There's only a few more left. Anyway, this is actually the first game of Blood Bowl 2 that I played. This is my Nurgle team, Friendship is Nurgle, versus a High Elf team. Let's see, does he have any sort of team name scheme? Name scheme? Let's take a look. Nope, default names, of course he does. Anyway, this is my Nurgle team, which is ponies from the show that should not be named, mixed with all of your favorite diseases. Never actually seen the show, but I do have Wikipedia. So, I rather like it. But anyway, let's see how this game starts. Now, Nurgle is one of the natural enemies of Elves because they feature a lot of different ways they can stop the Elf playstyle. And also, the Beast of Nurgle just loves Elf hugs, since no one can easily dodge away from him with his Tentacles ability. And this is pretty much perfect for a Nurgle team against Elves. Perfect defense, so I can stand my Beast next to as many Elves as humanly possible. Also, the fact the ball is landing right there, assuming it does not bounce towards my side and give him a touchback, is pretty much perfect. But yeah, just strong lining it as much as I can, and putting Rain Syndrome Dash in the backfield to act as a safety, because, I mean, it is still Elves. And perfect. No touchback, and right next to all my guys. Would have been better if it landed next to the Beast, but what are you going to do? Anyway, he's starting up getting some tackle zones in the ball. I wouldn't have necessarily advised standing next to the Beast, but whatever. He's also starting off with a one-die blitz with a line elf that doesn't have block, which works out for him, but I wouldn't recommend doing that in the future. Now he's just shoving my guys away so we can safely not have his elves man-marked. Listen, on any elf team, you generally want your gut. Now, trying to pick the ball up in multiple tackle zones, even for elves, is not usually going to be a good idea. And that's basically the best possible place the ball could have scattered to. So in the Beast tackle zone, and it just has my guys surrounding it at this point. Time to start standing next to elves again. When you're playing Bashy against elves, 80% of your game is going to be just trying to stand next to elves in the first place. The other half, of course, is going to try and just beat the elves into a bloody pulp. But high elves don't beat into bloody pulps very well. They've got reasonable armor value, so they're just going to die a lot less than, say, high elves. Honestly, since this game only has high elves, dark elves, and wood elves, I mean, dark elves and high elves are actually reasonably sturdy. It's the pro elf and wood elf varieties that tend to die when the stiff breeze hits them. Anyway, since I'm Nurgle, just standing as many people as possible next to the ball before I even try for a pickup. But Pestigors have 3 agility and thus reasonably reliable when it comes to the ball pickups. Generally, the Pestigors are going to be the only guys on my team who have any sort of hope of doing anything interesting with the ball. Anyway, just took the both down there because it's not worth a reroll at this point. The ball's in a good spot for me. Might as well try to hurt an elf. Because if my Rodder gets hurt, who gives a damn? It's a Rodder. See Fluorosis Shy getting pushed around. Foul appearance. That's something that Nurgle has. Basically, all the Nurgle warriors and the Beast of Nurgle, every time you block them, you have to try to roll against them. If you roll a 1, you do not get to block. It just fizzles, because they are too goddamn disgusting to look at. Okay, a Plasia Jack goes down. And Elves start dodging around, as is standard. And he's going for the rarely seen Elf foul. I mean, I guess, and that was with the blitzer too. Again, if you're playing Elves, if you're gonna blitz, do it with the line Elves, if anybody. Don't use your good players for that. Well, time to do some chain pushing to clear away from the ball carrier. Chain pushing is one of my favorite strategies in the game. Especially since a lot of newer coaches will just fill up all the tackle zones to allow you to do it. It plays a jack, making a further chain push path for him. Now I'm just trying to set up my cage a little bit further up. With Princess Chlamydia standing next to a couple of Elves. Yeah, I had to do going for it for that. I mean, technically, my Beast could have been there, but I really wanted them standing next to as many Elves as possible, even if it wasn't the most ideal thing for the cage. And another both down. Seem to have a trend of ending my turns with those. But double stuns, so it's even on both sides. Looking pretty good for my odds of doing a slow grind up the field at this point. But his Elves are nothing if not dodgy, so that Elf probably would have been served better moving forward to screen my cage as opposed to trying to get further stuck into the scrum. And now he's out of rerolls. But hey, he punched a guy, I guess. Doing one die blocks without block, especially when you have other options, generally not a good idea. In this case, his option would be more to try to, again, screen my cage, you know, basically in the hopes that he could either get one of my guys to make a mistake or get an opening to get in. And now he's doing negative 2 die blocks without block or rerolls. I don't know if it's some sort of desperation or what's going on there, but not advised. At this point, though, he doesn't really have anyone who's standing in my way at this point, so it's just a matter of shoving the Elves off to the side. Trying to screen him in as best as I can. Admittedly, I'm not going to have that much protection if I run him up, but we'll see how this goes. And Princess Chlamydia licks him good. And then he conceded for some reason. I don't quite understand this. This is something a lot of players in Blood Bowl 2's online mode have been doing to me recently, where it's just like if anything looks like it might be mildly going not in their way, they'll just concede